Hello everyone. Today the subject I am going to teach you is Computer Organization and Architecture, in short COA. In this video lecture, I will try to give you a brief introduction to what is computer organization, computer architecture, the difference between these two, and what are the basic components of a digital computer. Lastly, what is BUS. But before landing into these main topics, let us know that why are we learning this subject. Computers were invented to perform calculation on large numbers, right? So till then to now, we can do whatever we want to do by just giving instructions to the machine. Instructions, or the line of codes that a user write, is called programs. So the basic task of a computer is to execute programs. Okay. Now we know that computers only understand binary digits, the zeros and ones. But it is impossible for a human being to remember all these things, right? So a programmer writes its code in high level language. Say for example C, C++, Java and all. This high level language written code will get translated via a translator. After that, it will get processed and we will get our favorable output. So what COA does is, this subject gives you a clear view about the internal workings of a computer system. How this instruction is getting executed, how it is being performed. It will give you all the details. Right? Now let us move to the main topic, that what is computer architecture and what is computer organization. Before that, I want you to understand that suppose when we are making a house. So first, what we do is to make a design of it, and external architecture of that house. After that, when we decide and final the main design, we do some external workings on it, right? Same with computer architecture and organization. Computer architecture, it refers to how a computer system is designed and what technologies it is compatible with. On the other hand, CO is the practical implementation of that architecture. It helps us to realize the architectural specifications. Okay? The difference between these two. So I've already told you that computer architecture is the design or blueprint of a system, and CO is the execution of this design into real life. In CA, we know that how the computer hardwares are interconnected with each other to form a system. The CO tells us that the structure and behavioral view of a computer system. So morely you can say that it is a logical view and it is an abstract view. CA helps us to understand the functionalities of a system, and CO tells us that how the computer units are arranged and interconnected with each other. A programmer views in terms of instruction, addressing mode and register. It expresses the realization of the architecture. Obviously, the computer architecture is designed first and then we implement it. This involves logic and it involves physical components. The computer architecture interface between hardware and software. It deals with the components of a connection in a system. So let's say, the computer architecture, when we design, suppose we design a system, there is the CPU, a monitor or the other devices. It is just a rough design that how a system should be designed. And what is computer organization is doing? It will tell you that what is going inside all these components. Once you make a design of a computer professional will make it into real. Okay, so now let us know the basic components of a computer system. Doesn't matter how much computers are growing today and all, but the basic block diagram of a computer system remains same. The I/O part, processor and memory. The three basic parts are always interconnected through line of wires, or they are called the buses. They are interconnected with system buses. Let us know in detail. I/O part. Suppose the input, keyboard or mouse. Let us know with a piece of code, right? Suppose this code. It's a basic C language code about addition of two numbers. We write this code in a compiler through the help of an input device like keyboard. Then all these instructions and data will get stored in memory. A memory, we know that it is a storage unit. It stores a bit. Memories are like primary memory, RAM and ROM, secondary memory, pen drive, hard disk, cache memory, L1, L2 and L3. Now the processor comes to the scene. Okay, processor, the CPU, right? The heart of a computer. A CPU is a collection of the CU control unit, ALU arithmetic logic unit and registers. A CPU's basic task is fetch and decode and execute. Okay, so fetching, it fetches all the data and instruction from the memory. Then this instructions will get decoded. What is decoding? Decoding is nothing but understanding the opcode. Okay, decoding is not converting them in binary, it is already in binary. Decoding is just understanding the opcode. This fetching and decoding happens in the control unit. If we see the processor as control unit, the execution unit, the fetching and decoding is done by the control unit and the register pairs and all. After that, all the arithmetical and logical expressions get performed in the execution unit with the help of ALU, right? After we processed our input, it will get stored in memory, and then via our output device we get our output. In this way the basic components function and we get our output. Suppose in this code we give this input, or we write this program in a compiler, it will translate it into a binary form, then it will get processed, and finally we will get our output. Suppose 20 is the sum. Clear? I've already told you that these basic components are interconnected with lines of wires or the buses. So what is bus? We can say collection of wires, right? The basic components of a digital computer are connected with wires. The buses are of three types: control bus, system bus and address bus. All three of them are called system bus together. Control bus, it carries the signal of read or write. The data bus, it carries the data, and the address bus, it carries the address. So I hope your view of a introduction to the subject is now clear. If you had any queries related to this topic, please ask me in the comment section. Thank you.